In most industries and corporations, there are processes for a whistleblower or somebody to report improper or unethical behavior in that industry. There are federal laws like the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. There are even laws which protect the government from being defrauded by corporations. If a company or an executive or a whistleblower is intending to provide information to better secure their company or better protect their industry, becoming an advocate to protect that industry has some steps that you want to follow. You may want to get some good legal advice from an attorney so you know that your steps are taken properly. Also, you probably want to document everything that you're going to report in advance of reporting it, because as part of that disclosure process, sometimes the sources of that evidence or sources of that information can be shut down, or you may not have access to it. Your logins to computers may be dismantled. The company's going to protect itself, or the industry will protect itself from keeping that information shrouded. So give the company a reason to step up, document everything, and get good legal advice and see if that company or that industry will do things within itself to police its activity. You'll be helping the long-term strength of that company if you give it the opportunity to correct problems, and in some cases, it may not know that it even has. If you and that company operate from a place of integrity, the company has a better long-term position of retaining its validity and retaining its ability to be viable. If you have a company that gets a lot of fines or prosecutions, it's going to be tough to keep itself together to support its clients, employees, even its executives. All of those people prefer that the company operate properly according to the laws. It's harder to conceal illegal operations than it is to be open. So by making sure that the company operates correctly, the company can even operate more efficiently. It may be a problem now for the company to fix or to even acknowledge that it had problems or made mistakes, but it's better to fix those things now before it becomes a bigger problem that can take down a company or an industry. The Foreign Corrupt Practices Act is an example of where companies want to help themselves. If companies wanted to continue to pay bribes or to grease the wheels overseas, then they wouldn't have lobbied the government to pass that law. They wanted to have a level playing field and not have to pay these bribes and not have to do these illegal procedures where they don't really know what's allowed and what's not. So by lobbying to pass that law is proof that companies want to operate in a legal way. So as an insider or as an executive who wants to police itself, it's always good to step up. Again, get good legal advice, but more importantly, document what it is that you want to disclose and capture those documents to the extent that it's legal before you go ahead and make that step. So that way you're not out on a limb without any backup or out any evidence of your claims or of your disclosure.